great, and it still worked. You know, a little bit eye fatiguing over time to watch, but it still worked. So then yeah, those will be your settings for the video resolution. Now we'll go back up to the output tab. These are where the important settings are. So we're on the streaming, and by the way, you'd want to click this little drop down menu and select the advanced, because by default I think it'll be on simple, and then click the streaming tab, because that's what we'll be talking about today. Again, if you guys want another video on recording specifically and the best settings for that, do let me know. But starting off with the first streaming settings tab here, I have the streaming encoder, or the audio encoder, sorry, as the FFmpeg AAC, which is what I use. It's pretty much default for everything, I think, now. But the video encoder, this is what's really important and will vary between hardware and internet speeds and all of that. I am actually streaming in AV1 encoding, which is the new, very newly accepted format to stream in. There are a ton of benefits to streaming in AV1. Again, I could go over those in another video, but AV1 is absolutely amazing, and it is supported by some of the new Intel graphics cards, as well as the new 4090 or the 40 series from NVIDIA. So if you've got one of those cards, AV1 encoding is absolutely amazing. H.264, much higher quality. If you have a graphics card and you want to do all the encoding with your CPU, which I definitely would not recommend, especially in today's day and age. It works, but if you have a GPU that can support the NVENC encoder or whatever, use it for sure. It makes it a ton better quality. So I would suggest H.264 if your hardware is on the lower end. If your hardware is mid-end and you can do it, or you don't want to use AV1, H.265 is a step up from H.264. Much higher quality video with actually less bitrate needed to maintain that high quality video. And we'll go over bitrate here in the next tab, which is the encoder settings. So I have it set to CBR, constant bitrate, which is what I would highly recommend for all of you. These other ones are just not very relevant for streaming, to be honest. And I have my bitrate set at 18,000, which is pretty high. But it's actually very, very low for what it should be, because if you notice, I'm streaming in 4K at 60 FPS. This bitrate should be like, YouTube can actually accept up to 51,000 kilobits per second. All right, that's a ton. That's such a high number. Again, for Twitch, it's totally different. I think their maximum is like 6,000 right now, maybe 8,000 for partners, but I can use the 51,000, but it's pointless because my internet speed is not even that fast. And this is the benefit of AV1 encoding. If I used H.265 or H.264, I would not be able to stream in 4K with my internet speed, because it doesn't look good at 18,000 kilobits per second. Whereas the AV1 encoding looks amazing at 18,000 kilobits per second. Now, how do you choose a bitrate? You choose your bitrate based on your internet speed. I would recommend running a speed test. You can use the speed test by Ookla. I think it's just speedtest.net. And figure out what your upload speed is. That's the important number here. Whatever that upload speed is, cut it in half, and that should be the bitrate you use for streaming. So my upload speed is about 40 to 41 megabits per second upload, but I could do 20, but I'm choosing 18 based on trial and error, because I tried 20, and because you get an upload speed, say, you know, I get an upload speed of 40 megabits per second, it's not a very constant upload speed. The internet speed kind of varies, goes all over the place, and if for some reason it dips down, for example, if this was 40,000 kilobits per second, which would be utilizing the full 40 megabits per second upload speed, if this was 40,000 and my internet speed somehow dipped just below that, which is super common, especially if you're maxing it out like that, then my stream would be laggy, it would crash, which has happened to me plenty of times, as some of you guys remember. When I just started filming and doing the streaming in 4K, benefits to 4 is if you don't have a graphics card and GPU use a bitrate here, it's a bit interesting, like lag and unnecessary resolution. But again, work your way down until you find of my graphics card inside 6 and 7. If you again, that's one of the benefits of AV1. Super high quality video at a very low bitrate, because YouTube even recommends 20,000 to 51,000 for streaming at 4K 60, which is super high, and my internet just couldn't quite do that. So this is how I do it. Keyframe interval, I do 2 seconds. A step up from H.264 is on the lower end. If your hardware is mid-end and you ever use it, for sure, it makes it a ton better quality. So I would suggest H.264 encoder, which I definitely would not recommend, especially in today's day and age. It works, but if you have a GPU that can support the NVENC encoder or whatever, use it for sure. It makes it a ton better quality. So I would suggest H.264 if your hardware is on the lower end. If your hardware is mid-end and you can do it, or you don't want to use AV1, H.265 is a step up from H.264. Much higher quality video with actually less bitrate needed to maintain that high quality video. And we'll go over bitrate here in the next tab, which is the encoder settings. So I have it set to CBR, constant bitrate, which is what I would highly recommend for all of you. These other ones are just not very relevant for streaming, to be honest. And I have my bitrate set at 18,000, which is pretty high. But it's actually very, very low for what it should be, because if you notice, I'm streaming in 4K at 60 FPS. It does exactly what it's and multi-thermals of quality. The keyframe interval, I do 2 seconds. That's pretty much the common amongst everyone. Works pretty well. The preset, I choose the slowest quality, which is the best quality. My hardware can handle it, but if you can't, I would recommend 6, 5. You know, you can kind of work your way down the line until you get a good quality image with something your hardware can handle pretty solid. So I tried 6 actually before I went to 7, because 6 really worked well, and there's not that much of a difference between 6 and 7, but I noticed that 7 was just doable, totally doable. I noticed I would also keep an eye on the thermals of my graphics card and such when I was streaming to make sure it wasn't heating up too much, and I noticed it was not heating up anymore doing 6 versus 7. So I just decided to do 7 because it's the best quality and my hardware can handle it. But again, work your way down until you find something that works for your hardware. Tuning quality, I just have high quality, and then multi-pass mode, I have it set to single pass. I used to do 2 passes at quarter resolution, but single pass just seems to be the best. It seems to still work on low-end hardware just fine. Profile set to main. Look ahead, I have unchecked. I used to check that actually, because all it does, it's like this AI that does exactly what it says, looks ahead a few frames and kind of tries to predict what the next frame is going to be, which kind of could create a benefit. But if your hardware can handle it without it, it adds a bunch of like lag and unnecessary computing power that I find does not actually enhance the image at all. However, I do have the visual tuning, that big old tongue twister thing, checked. GPU is 0 and max B frames is set to 2. Now going to the audio tab here, I have the sample rate at 48,000 kilohertz. This is important. This number should match whatever your mic input is. So I'm using the Focusrite Solo for my mic, and I have it selected as the input on the software for that to be 48,000. But if yours is 44,000, you have to do 44,000, because if you try to push this number higher, all it's going to do is like mess up with the timing of the audio. So it's going to sound, either it's going to mess up with the lower than your voice actually sounds. So you want this number to match whatever your mic can handle. And that might be a quick, easy fix for some of you who are
In the modern landscape of the cyberspace, you need to get creative when it comes to promoting your brand or your product. And I want to introduce you to a lady who's on the front lines of innovation, a true pioneer, to promote her OnlyFans. Her name is Camilla, and she's been making headlines this week because of one very degenerate marketing strategy she had for her OnlyFans work. And every headline reporting this called her the girl from Mr. Beast's Squid Game, which was really baffling to me because I didn't recall there being like some kind of front and center superstar girl from the Mr. Beast Squid Games. So I looked into it, and apparently she had like a very brief appearance in that video, and a bunch of curious coomers looked her up praying she had an OnlyFans, and it kind of blew her up, and then eventually she answered all of their prayers by making the OnlyFans, and now her entire Instagram is dedicated to promotional material just for that. It's all her Instagram is. All she does is try and lead people to that content. A pretty interesting X-Men origin story for Camilla, and I can't help but notice some shades of familiarity between her story and mine. As all of you know, I was front and center of the Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1 with my iconic performance as District 8 hospital helper, and that experience helped elevate and propel my presence online. Very similar to her start. However, our paths diverged. Whereas she went to showing her butthole, I went to talking about butthole. So on the forked road, we went our separate ways. And now she's making some weird choices when it comes to how she promotes her OnlyFans. So the one that got her in a lot of hot water is this one.
How does it feel to have a sister that has an OF?
My friends always ask me if it's pink, but I don't really know what they mean by that. NANI? Do you know?
Jesus Christ. Click the link in my bio. I can't.
It should be pretty obvious why this was disturbing and upsetting for most people. She's using her brother, who is a child, to promote her OnlyFans content. That is some twisted shit. So she has him say that his friends tease him and ask if it's pink, which is talking about her vagina. So she feeds him that line to say, asking about her beef curtains, so that way she can pretend to be shocked that he said it. And of course, this is all complete with the Zoomer editing stock sound effect package, so there's constant fucking sound effects and jingling keys going off on every single action, which is beyond annoying. But it's just so weird to use a kid, your own brother, to promote your OnlyFans, and then have him say something about your pussy. Or rather, his friends say something about your pussy. It's so gross. And she just keeps doing it too, diving deeper and deeper into this unhinged lunacy, using her family as her main method of OnlyFans promotion. So she's brought on her cousins, apparently her grandparents too, though that one, there's a bit of a conspiracy there and we'll get to it. And she's used her brother in another follow-up video once this one blew up, once again trying to capitalize off it.
So this tweet's going viral on Twitter right now, so I figured I'd call my brother and just check on him, see how he's doing. It's not looking too good, so.
Honestly, I don't even want to fucking hear from you anymore. I'm blowing up on Twitter.
Bro.
I'm fighting for my life on my group chat, and so I better see myself in Disneyland by tonight, alright? I fucking hate you.
Click the link in my bio so I can take him to Disney. Bro, is he like actually even...
I actually feel really bad for the kid here because I do think there absolutely is some level of bullying that's probably happened to him as a result of that video blowing up. And it's not like he wanted to be the marketing mascot for his sister's OnlyFans content. That's just her depraved idea. And she's doing it again here, double dipping with this awful fucking idea of using her brother for OnlyFans promotion. I don't know who could ever think it's a good idea to have a child advertise porn for them. Like, there's no way that's legal. That's probably like actually a crime. That's probably illegal. I don't know if she does like full nudity and like full porn or anything like that, but even still, that there's still no way that it's legal to have a child advertise potentially sexually explicit material. Like, there's just no way that that's allowed.
What's the craziest thing that's ever happened to you since your, older cousin does OF?
One of my brother's older friends showed me a picture of something you posted.
How did that make you feel?
Just awkward at the moment.
Do you still love me?
Yes.
Love you.
She does a couple of these interviews with her family about her doing OnlyFans, Like, how weird's it been now that I'm out here doing OnlyFans, right? Like, isn't that kind of pretty wacky, huh? Any stories to tell? And they're like, well, yeah, I mean, some people make jokes about it and, you know, send some mean shit in a group chat. And she's like, oh, haha, but you still love me, right? And they're like, I mean, yeah, I guess. So I don't know why she thinks this is good advertising. It's just really uncomfortable. It's one thing to have a family that's totally supportive and okay with you doing that kind of content, and a totally different thing to bring them on camera and then ask them deep questions about OnlyFans and like, oh, well, what have you seen from my OnlyFans and what are people saying about my OnlyFans, you know, relative, huh? Like, that's just weird. It's super weird.
What's the craziest reaction you've gotten from your older cousin having an OF?
People send me things in my group chat, like TikToks.
How do you feel about that?
I feel like really awkward and weird.
Are you embarrassed?
I don't even know. It's just like when they send it, it's like, whatever.
Do you still love me?
Yeah.
I just don't understand why you'd ever want to not only ask your cousin these kind of questions, but then film it and then use it for marketing material for your OnlyFans. It just doesn't make sense. Why do you want them to talk about you being naked on OnlyFans? That's your cousin. I don't know. That is just really yucky. Like, this whole idea she's running with here about bringing all of her family into her OnlyFans ads is so fucked up.
What's the freakiest thing you guys have ever done?
Well, the Chevy was,
Grandma! Earl! Grandma, you used to get...
And now this is where the tinfoil hat's coming on. So she calls them grandma in the video, and the caption says grandma and grandpa. So we're led to believe these are her grandparents that she's doing this very goofy, uncomfortable interview with here about their sexual escapades, you know. Grandma, Grandpa, when's the last time you two steamed ham, huh? When was the last time you did a little bedroom rodeo? And then she's like, oh, you used to get down and dirty, Grandma? Oh my goodness, why I never. Heavens to Betsy. And yeah, that's goofy, cringy kind of stuff, but it's not nearly as weird as having them turn around and just start plugging your OnlyFans. But then things take like a very sinister, incestual turn.
You had 15 minutes with me, what would you do?
Always been curious what it'd be like to be with a woman.
You had 15 minutes with me, what would you do?
well, you know,
And then she also has one where she does kiss or slap game with Grandmammy. Old Meemaw, would you rather kiss or slap her granddaughter's ass? It's so fucked up. So, the conspiracy is those aren't her real grandparents. They're just actors. And I think that's probably the case. I can't imagine she would just go into incest proudly like this. That would be truly off the rails. So I imagine that they're actors, which then begs the question, why? Why do this? It's still so creepy.
Nah, no way. Salted over and over again. Oh, it's 3 ults on me. This is an ult every time. I don't know. What am I supposed to do? Apparel.
It's your lucky day. Pick a number between 1 and 10,000.
Not Mr. Beast.
Pick a number.
10,000.
You're being sued for $10,000 for defamation and harassment. It's your lucky day. Pick a number between 1 and 10,000.
Not Mr. Beast.
Pick a number.
10,000.
You're being sued for $10,000 for defamation and harassment.
That's classic.
Set up a little open.
Grab.
Beautifully played.
Easy. 16.
Two tied. 15 under.
You was disgusting, bro. Oh, my TV mudded.
Huh?
Muddy. I'm like, what the f? I can't even hear you.
So you see this?
Do this Earl bus and do this Earl bus and do
I'm gonna
this
pull
Earl
this
bus
on the
in.
count of 3. 1, 2. Whoa! Ah! It came back and hit me in the face! God darn it! Ah!
What, you got hit in the face?
This on the count of 3.
I didn't see it.
2. Whoa! Ah!
Oh!
It came back and hit me in the face! God darn it! Ah!
Jesus.
Hey, when's the next bus to the Bikini Bottom?
I don't know what the fuck you saying, bitch.
When's the next fucking bus coming?
Bitch, stop spinning in my place and it's gonna leave in the next 5 seconds.
Yeah, all right. I don't even know why I asked that. I knew you didn't know.
Huh?
Yeah, all right. I don't even know why I asked that. I knew you didn't know.
True, I guess I don't even know.
Tiro mesmo, último tiro. Caralho, mano.
Because
This kid
Oh,
took
Max
my
Renner.
last dollar SMH.
이거 어지러워.
What the fuck?
Back it! No! Why did you put it? Stop! Grab it back! Grab
they'll keep eating good when they get the max win.
I hope you have a good day, XQC. Happy 38 months.
Dudes with androids can commit as many crimes as they want. Either way, they can't FaceTime.
Yo, that shit wasn't funny, bro. Like, what the fuck, bro? That shit.
This lady decides to block
yeah?
both lanes so she can pick the one that opens first. But it's not going to work with me.
XQCL.
What?
Trying to get her attention to be nice.
No, 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 no.
Next time, maybe pick a lane lady.
Guys, what was that? This is like a... Guys, is this like the win people get when they're old and like they want to brag? Yeah, true. Okay, yeah, actually true. What the fuck am I watching? Oh my god, what the fuck is this? And that's a big fucking mermaid. Yeah, changed it.
Allah has made it clear He is going to test every one of us. Allah has.
Huh?
Fuck!
Alright, interesting. Oh no!
Oh my god!
I know it's such a chat. If you were a kid that was like a failure like me, right? You go around and they would both look at you every time that they're talking shit, right? They would talk about like my grades and shit, and then they both look at me and be like, "Sup?" And you go, "Oh yeah, he doesn't do anything good. Look at me, sup?" It's just like that.
Natural predators there. Super cute.
Hold up, let me show the telescope up.
XQCL.
Hold up, wait. Ooh, hold up. I'm looking, I'm trying to find it.
Let's go non-stop drama time, my favorite. Argue more, I love it.
I can't find it. Whatever. Okay, I'll watch this now.
In XQCL.
Oh my god!
Oh.
That's fucking cool though. Well, it's not gonna burn it. Ooh!
Yo, Mr. US Max win and say nothing. XQCL.
It's not gonna do anything. Oh my god, dude! Dude! Some of those are hard to predict in how they're gonna act.
Let's go. You got feet of the die. Pipe down. Hello XQC, can I get a welcome to the jungle? It's my ultra
Guys,
special
I'm not watching that.
34-month sub anniversary. Smile. MMMH feet.
Boing.
50 months, my
Boing.
dog. Nice shirt, man.
After an amazing night's sleep, we were visited by a familiar face. Brian brought his family to say goodbye to us on the last day. Thank you, Brian. That meant a lot. It's almost like we were.
Wait, hold on. Where do those birds sleep if it's in the middle of the ocean? Like, they can't just like be on top of like a building or something.
That's
where
what
do
I
they
said too.
generally sleep? Because they can't just sleep in the water. They're gonna get ate.
Brian,
That's really like the biggest question of 2023 right there, y'all.
Wait, let Batty buy a card.
It's a fucking lesbian.
What?
Wait, let Batty buy a card.
It's a fucking lesbian.
Yeah, I like to place an order. Oh, it's for carry out. It's Will.
Hmm? Why are we all there at the back of the spawn door? Where are the health packs? I can't any. That should be a mega over there. Oh, that's why.
Yes.
I'll take a large
What?
pepperoni
What is wrong with this guy?
pizza with
What is wrong?
Can I have a large pepperoni pizza? No problem. Anything else? Yeah. A large 2-liter. 2-liter, no problem. What flavor 2-liter? Yeah, and do you have any of this?
All right, dude. All right. Dude.
Do you have any of that? Yeah, we have. You do? Well, how does that come? Does it come in a box? Oh yeah, yeah. Oh,
When I was between.
Okay.
Well, that's tough. Oh my god! Oh my god! There you go. Moron! Jesus, morons! Yo, somebody's gonna die. What are they thinking?
True. I've been subscribed for 26 months. I don't think I could have gotten lucky.
Chat, I thought that they were gonna put the overlay over this video of the guy that pushes the rock. You know the rock? The guy pushes the rock. The rock.
Yeah, I fuck with Kev. Hey, yo, you so bad.
Jesus.
If the lens of a camera is a circle, then why is the picture a rectangle? Shouldn't the picture be a circle as well? Isn't that concerning?
Wait.
If the lens of a camera is a circle, then why is the picture a
It's
rectangle?
cropped, right?
Shouldn't the picture...
Oh, no. The lens is circular, but inside it's a square that the thing goes through. The sensory.
Should be a circle as well? Isn't that concerning?
Oh my god. Chat, guys, I just thought about something in chat and it broke my brain. Chat, let me share it with you so you get upset too, like I'm upset.
Yo.
The things you see, chat, right now, your vision, is it a circle or is it a square? Chat.
Snacking any snackos.
Do this, chat, do this.
Snacking any snackos.
Is it, chat, is it a square or is it a circle?
Q1600.
Guatemala's national bird. 7 letters.
Andrew.
It's the Quetzal.
That's it.
What?
Crossword 2000.
How's that impossible?
Adjective meaning the most typical. 14 letters.
Christine, quintessential.
Yes, and you're out of the hole.
Crossword clues, 1200.
Astringent pear-like fruit. 6 letters.
What is the quartz?
Andrew?
What's quince?
That's it.
Q800.
Literary bell ringer. 9 letters.
What is the
It was Quasimodo.
Correct.
Fuck you.
Q400.
A bog. 8 letters.
What is the
Christine.
It's quagmire.
Right.
Man, this game show is fucking dog shit. Guys, my ego cannot take this. I get this. Oh my god, easy. So
Dinosaur names?
Dinosaur names.
Chat, watch this. Watch this, ready? Watch this.
800.
Answer there. It's the Daily Double.
Easy.
You're tied with Discarin for the lead.
All of it.
That's probably the right thing to do. Let's see if it works out for you. Here's your clue in dinosaur names. Because of its longer front legs, this tall dinosaur was given a name meaning arm lizard.
Oh, no. Oh.
Brachiosaurus.
That is correct. You double your money.
So fucking bad, man.
Let's go dinosaur names for 200.
The name of the Pentaceratops means it has 5 of these on its face.
Horns.
What are horns?
Right.
Dinosaur 1000.
What?
This dinosaur was about 2 feet long and has a name meaning tiny thief. Jackie.
What's Velociraptor?
No.
What is
Discard.
What's a Microraptor?
That's correct for 1,000.
Dinosaur 600.
Unearthed in Niger, the Jobaria dinosaur is named for a Tuareg legend about a giant creature in this barren region. Jiskaran.
What is a
Sahara?
Yes.
Dinosaur 400.
The Uoplocephalus was named for this well-armored body part. Kephale, an
what is the Bing?
Ancient Greek.
What is the
head?
Yes. Dinosaur names?
Dinosaur names 800.
Well, okay. But yeah, I did right though, right? I said the Bing. So that's the head. That was correct. Yo, that was actually correct. Medical drama? What? Okay, chat. Last one. You guys,
geology?
I'm a god of geology.
Geology 4.
Last one.
This word for a type of blood vessel is also used for a mineral-filled fissure within
vein. What is vein?
Rock.
What is vein?
Liz.
What is a vein?
Move back.
Geology 800, please.
This process is the weathering of particles as they're worn away and moved by wind
What is
or
erosion?
water. Liz.
What is erosion?
Correct.
Geology 1200.
Seen here, deposits at Badwater Basin of what is mostly this
What is
mineral
salt?
leave polygon-shaped designs due to water evaporation.
What is salt?
What is salt? It's
Are you guys fucking dumb?
Back to you, Liz.
Geology.
Salt Lake City, the salt mines, the salt fields. Are they fucking stupid?
1600.
The answer there is one of the daily doubles in the round. You're tied for the lead right now, Liz.
I get to watch this.
What do you want to do with it?
I will wager
All of it.
1600.
Dumbass.
Here's your clue in geology. Leapfrog is software scientists use to create 3D models of this kind of relative elevation map, partly from Greek for place.
What is...
What is topographical?
That's right. Yes, topographic or topographical. You're in the lead.
Geology for 2000, please.
I wanted to give her the money.
Millions of years ago, all of the continents were combined in a super one called this, meaning all Earth.
What is Europa?
Liz.
What is Pangea?
Right. Then geology.
Huh. What? Huh?
Yo, this is X on the beat, yo. Okay.
My voice as well.
So I'm gonna start this review by saying something kind of controversial. Blue Beetle isn't a terrible superhero movie.
You gotta be kidding.
In fact, dare I say it, I actually found myself kind of enjoying it at times. It's got a likeable cast of characters played by actors that mostly seem invested in what they're doing, some decent emotional beats that hit home more effectively than I expected, a bunch of jokes that made me smile more than an entire phase of MCU movies, and a simple but charmingly old-fashioned central theme of family loyalty and self-discovery that works just as well as it always has. In short, Blue Beetle is a film that fits neatly into the category of cheeseburger movie for me, a production that doesn't try to do anything particularly new, ambitious or subversive, and as a result never goes too far wrong. Instead, it's content to go through its familiar, tried and tested story beats with the kind of cheerful, plucky optimism that seems to be largely missing from so many films today. A movie with less than half the budget of your average Marvel effort, but which seems to have made the most of every penny available. And if it had come out 4 or 5 years ago when superhero mania was at its peak, then I think it probably would have pulled in a decent profit for DC and might even have been enough to greenlight a sequel. Unfortunately, it didn't. Instead, it had the rotten luck of coming out in 2023, and it feels like a movie with almost every possible factor set against it. A largely unknown character played by a largely unknown actor, coming at the tail end of an aborted cinematic universe that's about to get James Gunned into irrelevancy, at a time when the entire superhero genre is entering its twilight years anyway. I mean, really, what were they expecting with this one? The opening weekend was abysmal, and I don't imagine that it's gonna get any better from here.
And it's a shame because, like I say, I don't consider it to be a terrible movie. In fact, it's probably better than almost anything I've seen from Marvel over the past couple of years. And yes, I'm aware that that's a very low benchmark. The film centers around Jaime Reyes, a college graduate who's on his way home to his family in Palmera City now that he's finished his studies. And holy shit, that's Elpidia Carrillo from Predator! Damn, it's a fucking weird experience when you know an actor from one childhood movie and then don't see them in anything for like 30 years. I feel like some kind of weird time traveler or something. Unfortunately, he soon finds out that his family have fallen on hard times, their business is failing, their house is due to be repossessed, and his father even suffered a heart attack in his absence. They didn't tell him about any of this stuff, of course, because they didn't want to worry him. Anyway, Jaime's determined to help right the ship and use his degree to get a decent job that can solve their financial problems. Unfortunately, all he's able to get is a cleaner for Victoria Cord, the head of a major weapons manufacturing company. Kind of like DC's answer to Stark Industries. And if you're starting to notice parallels here, then strap in because there's a lot more to come. Anyway, Jaime's job doesn't last long when he intervenes in an argument between Victoria and her niece Jenny, who's starting to ask a lot of uncomfortable questions about a highly classified project they've been working on. Jenny takes pity on him and suggests that he meet up with her tomorrow with the promise of finding a new role. Unfortunately, that just so happens to be when she decides to steal a top secret piece of alien tech called the Scarab from the company's lab. You probably shouldn't have invited him over on that particular day, in fairness, Jenny. Also, I love how the fact that her grand plan is to walk out with it in a takeaway food container.
Rampant in Cairo. Well, let's hope they're swiftly dealt with. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 1. Capture the objective.
Want to make it out of this? Do what I said.
We can just play slow, we have lots of.
This is the end.
There's a diva behind me.
I won't give in.
How's it going? Hey, we have to try again. Hi. Yeah.
this.
Score 1-0.
Hey. 这个世界需要我们。 Maybe one day we'll go on missions in Hawaii.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 2. Capture the objective.
We got a good thing going. How's it going? Hey. There are enemies coming. Stop whining. You're fine.
Go back.
I'm not finished.
It's just difficult.
Yeah, no.
We're up. We just try our best.
Just force points. You can add on mid maybe. Let's go. Burn the Rista, burn the Rista.
Pyrus 1. Bastion half, maybe. Bastion 1.
They have Mei instead of Bastion. They're gonna have Barrage, guys.
This is not the end.
Yo, me and Soldier go right side, all the rest go left side, and I window right side. Farm Visor and the window Visor right side.
You farm that up here. We go 3, 2, 1. Finish it. Oh. Mercy first, guys.
Mercy one.
No recovery.
Ball one, ball one, ball one.
Nice, GG.
Step inside, stay alive.
Play of the game.
Container, because I guess the most sensitive piece of technology in the company's possession isn't protected by security cameras, motion sensors, armed guards, or even a fucking locked box. It's just sitting right there on a lab table for anyone to help themselves to.
Shite. 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 Shite.
Anyway, whatever. Jenny's plan quickly goes tits up when the theft gets noticed, which forces her to hand the scarab off to Jaime on strict instructions that he doesn't open the box or mess with it in any way. So naturally, as soon as he gets home, he opens the box and starts messing with it, and before you know it, the scarab's grafted itself onto his spinal column and turned his body into a flying, armoured superhero that can communicate with him. It's a bit like Iron Man crossed with Venom, only not as interesting as either. Clearly he's gonna need some help getting this thing off him, so he goes to speak with Jenny, who just happens to be fleeing from her apartment with Cord security chasing after her. Wow, talk about good timing. I mean, if he'd shown up literally seconds later, they would have caught and probably killed her. So anyway, they go back to his house, because I guess there's no way that Cord would realise he was in the building during the scarab theft and trace him back to his home address, and she explains that the only way to remove it is by using her father's secret lab, and the only key just so happens to be at Cord headquarters, where security is apparently now a thing because it's convenient to the plots. Luckily for them though, Jaime's uncle Rudy just so happens to have a homemade jamming device that can neutralise all the security systems in the building.
Oh yes. That's shite.
Wow, that was lucky. So they go and get the key and have a fight with Victoria's henchman, who also has a suit of power armor, but then Jaime's family get attacked because for some reason they still think it's safe to be chilling out at their home address, despite everything that's happened up until this point. Don't go for a career in espionage, guys. The upshot is that Jaime gets captured so that Victoria can extract the secrets of the scarab from his body and use it to make a whole army of the fucking things, and for some reason she just leaves Jenny and the rest of the family behind. What the fuck? Like, these people have already infiltrated your most secure facility, you fucking Q-tip. Jenny alone knows the intimate details of your operation. She's highly intelligent and clearly a major threat to your plans. At the very least, you should place them all under arrest, because otherwise you know they're just gonna come back and rescue Jaime and totally scupper your whole operation. Ah, whatever. So there's a big CGI fight and a bunch of explosions, and the evil henchman redeems himself, and the bad guy gets their comeuppance, and the good guys go back to their home to rebuild their lives, and Jaime decides to use his Blue Beetle powers for goods. And that's it. That's the plot for generic superhero movie number 5271. Like I said earlier, Blue Beetle is a film that fits perfectly into the current DC mold of bland, inoffensive, unambitious superhero flicks that don't really aspire to be anything more than lightweight, forgettable entertainment. It's very much cut from the same cloth as Black Adam, Shazam 2 and The Flash, the only major difference being that there's no particular selling point for this film. There's no big stars attached to it, no major appearances from established characters, no exciting world-changing events that will have big repercussions going forwards. It's a movie that exists more or less in isolation, forced to stand on its own merits, and that's where the real problem lies, because at this point, well, there's not a huge amount to recommend it. The days when studios could shit out generic movies about obscure superheroes and expect to rake in big profits are long gone. In fact, I could argue that DC never even made it to that level in the first place, and the fact that the whole universe is about to get rebooted offers even less incentive to get invested in Blue Beetle. I mean, I don't pretend to know anything about the comic book version, but his powers and abilities seem to be roughly in line with Iron Man. There's nothing especially novel or inventive about him. Likewise, the plot isn't exactly breaking new ground in terms of narrative complexity. There's all the familiar story beats you'd expect from a superhero movie, and an irritating over-reliance on convenience, contrivance and coincidence to keep things moving forwards. I mean, the characters themselves are charming enough, I guess. Jaime's a likeable, if slightly forgettable protagonist struggling to find his way in life. Jenny's smart and driven but compassionate and caring, and Rudy's a maverick loose cannon who comes through when it counts. Carapax is big and intimidating and actually gets more depth than I expected for a henchman like this, but he probably should have just been the main antagonist because fuck me, Victoria Cord's about as interesting as that bald guy from Ant-Man.
Surprised to see me? Fuck.
She makes stroke-inducingly dumb decisions and takes absolutely no precautions that the subordinates she treats like dog shit might actually turn against her. Which kind of brings me on to one of the less enjoyable aspects of this movie, the social commentary. There was clearly some attempt to push this film as Black Panther for Mexican people, with some pretty heavy-handed messaging about Jaime and his family being disadvantaged, discriminated against, and generally looked down on by the privileged white people around them. I mean, there's definitely interesting stuff that you could explore there, but the film never really takes the time to do it properly. It feels more like a rushed afterthought, written into the script at the 11th hour to try to stir up a bit of social media controversy. I don't think it had quite the effect you were looking for, guys. Ultimately, Blue Beetle feels like a decent, well-meaning enough film that just had the rotten luck of coming along a few years too late. You didn't exactly need a crystal ball to know that this movie was practically set up to fail, barely advertised by a studio that had no faith in it, and released during that awkward dead zone when the summer box office season is already wound down. I didn't hate it, and in a way, I actually feel kinda sorry for it. I don't know, maybe I'm just a sucker for hard luck stories, but it might have been interesting to see what this movie could have been if it hadn't come along at the worst time possible. As it stands, it's probably going to go down as just a minor footnote in DC movie history, forgotten as quickly as it came. Anyway, that's all I've got for today. Go away now.
Oh no! I only have one card.
Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom.
What's up, Greg?
All barking, no bite.
He's the quiet type. We can't get him to talk. Ah, we know you, Greg. We know you. We know you.
This is why parents shouldn't use VR.
Like the video and subscribe if you are a good dancer.
About to beat my meat.
Puedes darle incluso con las dos manos.
Очень твоя красивая фигура. Как твои сиськи красивые. Очень красивая ты.
I like the mask.
What is it?
It's Batman.
I like it.
It's definitely not Batman.
Okay, I was. Help! Help!
Oh my god, look!
Now who the fuck did that?
Entré en el patio.
We all want a teenage mutant ninja turtle, but which one could turn you into Squirtle?
Ha be hiç. Ne yapıyorsun lan burada? Sen ne yapıyorsun?
Our smart laser machine detects and removes dark hairs.
The cops are gonna love this.
This is one braid. This is one half of my hair.
Three, 2, 1. Attack commence.
Bad guys, heads up.
Score 3-0. Switching sides. Prepare your defenses. Select your hero.
Come on, sir. Please. Come on. Come on, sir. Please. Come on. Please, sir. Come on, sir.
I will not leave a broken world behind.
Can't change the world by following all the rules.
Back with another milk.
Power means nothing if you do not put it to use.
What if I tell you this is a man?
I understand.
Maybe one day we'll go on missions in Hawaii.
Understood.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
go out on my terms.
Guide you. Widowmaker here.
I'm not finished. I have to keep fighting.
Into the iris.
I'm here. Keep fighting. You need this.
They score 3-3. Switching sides.
Hola. Oh, sorry. I was saying hello. I was just in Mexico earlier. Shut the fuck up. Oh.
This doesn't look right. I think we need to get a map.
Yeah, you're right. Oh, okay.
I will not leave a broken world behind.
More to do, more to learn. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attack commencing. Capture objective A.
Keep fighting.
Chapter 3. Switching sides.
My name's Trevor. What's yours?
I get dizzy always rolling around like that. Tell me you're always right side up.
The hamster says that, unlike you, he does not imitate tumbleweeds.
Hey now, what's that supposed to mean?
Affirmative.
May I borrow your copy of Thucydides' history sometime?
Unfortunately, that is not possible.
I can wait until you're done with it.
It was shredded, forbidding.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Our fight is not over.
Shutting off.
Moira by your side.
Objective lost. Stop the payload.
Ramatra, at your side. Hello.
Love these things. Hey, is anyone on the other side? Wait, what? Never bear, never bear, never bear.
एक बार नेरा बॉलिंग कर रहा होता है, अंपायर उसको नो बॉल देता है, तो नेरा बोलता है मेरा पैर तो अंदर था, अंपायर बोलता है लेकिन तेरा दांत तो बाहर था ना.
Hold on, bro. Look at this. Who the fuck took this cartoony ass bite out this donut, bro? They done made the sound effect, bro.
Für richtig hältst. Ob du glaubst, dass ich fleißig gewesen bin, dass ich gearbeitet habe, dass ich nicht in diesem Jahr...
Fuck you, my nigga! Fuck you, my nigga!
Push mo! Pakita mo kung sino ka! Yan, nakita na!
Ricardo, what time is it? The world champion time!
To actually
Not like hold it. Now say, talk to me.
Talk to me.
नेरा बोलता है मेरा पैर तो अंदर था, अंपायर बोलता है लेकिन तेरा दांत तो बाहर था ना.
Let me say that big word, bonsoir. Let me say that big word, bonsoir. Hasta la vista, baby. Hasta la vista, baby. Hasta la vista, baby. Andiamo pure.
Oh, hold
Zit er Freddy Fazbear? Oh, 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 oh.
We've got it. Kevin Walters really ripping in his broadcast like he really...
Oh yeah? No! No!
Around the world, around the world.
Felt like I needed to share this freak accident that happened to me at work today.
Yes, I am growing very strong. My muscles are getting bigger. Now it's time to pump the muscles. Yes, another.
Okay, bimbo via Google is an attractive but unintelligent or frivolous young woman.
What the hell? Brother, hold on, man. Hold on, man. Please. Who is...
Okay, I haven't done this since I was a kid. Well, I'm fucked.
What's in your hand?
It's a harmonica, Mama.
What happened to my...
I got it on video. Why did y'all see my...
Yeah, I'm outside in the shop with my pants down. I was taking a shit. I noticed some money on the floor and I looked up and there was a fucking snake in here with me.
Which bumbo clock dog I am? Cause this morning I wake up good enough. Give me a good blood clot dog. What kind of little bumbo clock dog this I'm give? He can't back load a blood clot. He can't defend me on me. Come on.
Hey Alexa, what does a dog sound like?
नो बॉल देता है तो नेरा बोलता है मेरा पैर तो अंदर था अंपायर बोलता है लेकिन तेरा दांत तो बाहर था ना
Oh no. Epic.
Yo, homie, I got the flavor.
Oh my gosh.
fucking cinnamon toast crunch waffle with cinnamon syrup. But wait, with a threek. I'm eating with a threek right now.
Nice taking videos of your friends. Your friends didn't take video of you. Why? You look so good.
Just another day, gonna move my car. Oh, what's this? We buy jump. Oh man, what's wrong with my car, man?
aujourd'hui aussi, c'est un autre jour. Là. Le monde para.
Guau, guacho, que cómo quedó. ¿Cómo quedó esto? Quedó planchado el piso, loco. Pero lástima que está afuera.
Aquí los cocodrilos, normal. Y el cocoñillo. El cocoñillo.
My brother's girlfriend blocked him, so now he's using the Walmart phone to text her. This man has
Not
been on the phone
leave a
with his
broken
friend
world
for the
behind.
past 3 hours.
I still have much to learn.
What? What's for dinner?
Don't worry. Genji and I have run loads of missions like this
Huh?
together.
Not get anything from Oligo.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 1. Capture the objective.
Look, why is that like that? Not like that. Look, it's like that, not like that. Fix it.
On top.
I see you. Eyes on a target.
That's one.
Oh, I'm trying to snipe.
I win. It's just a scratch. You'll be fine. Targeting hostile.
You're on.
I'll just take the objective.
Eyes on a target.
You want Nanny Monkey?
I go out on my terms.
Enemy spotted.
How have we not won it? How?
Kill Mercy, I beg, she's Act 1.
Oh, see.
I don't know, we are not focusing support.
I'm constantly on the supports. Just no one else is with me.
Score 0-1.
You'll never guess what I heard when I tapped the Hashimoto's calls. Why don't you guess it? What's your price?
I have a feeling we're going to get along. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 2. Capture the objective.
In me, hello? Please. There's one. No recall.
Adaptive circuits engaged. Time for the reckoning!
I'm not finished.
Oh,
The battle ignites me!
Enemy inside.
Okay, come on.
Save you and
round 2, 1.
Thought of you.
Score 1-1.
I'm here to support you, but you have to put in the work.
I think I can make this worth my time.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 3. Capture the objective.
I see you.
On the one, on the... She was one.
I go out on my terms. Keep fighting.
I have EMP next
We'll
fight.
have to try harder.
Just group and go with the EMP. As I was good against this, but okay, tell me when you're ready. Guardian us up, 3, 2, 1. No one. May one.
There was a go.
I have you. Keep fighting.
Dash on the right. Orso. Hey, Tiger. Yeah, let's wait for the Ashe to come right, and then I'll shout on Tar. Okay? Just don't show yourself. Don't show yourself yet. Oh, she's left. She's going higher.
Sinan.
We can get Stagger.
Watching over you.
Oh.
We're just gonna touch. Get ready for it.
Okay.
Play of the game.
Someone needs to show how it's done.